Hello, I'm Melissa and this is Let's Get Crafting with Swindon Libraries and Information Service. I thought today that we'd have a look at some of the things that we can make with plastic bottles, and I've got a couple of different ideas for you, but we're going to start off with these cute elephants. So this very colourful one was made by Corey, and you can see he's gone for paint, some little pom-poms, buttons and some googly eyes. We've then got Louie and Isabel, both gone for perhaps more traditional elephant colours, but again added some extra colour there and sparkle on the back, and lots of gems and jewels here. And I think this one has been made by Isabel for a friend. So first of all then, let's have a think about how we're going to cut the bottle. Okay, I'll just pop those there out of the way. So I've just been using plastic bottles for milk or juice, something a little bit like this. Okay, and what I found is easier is if you start to cut by going in at the bottom of the handle. Okay, so obviously make sure you've got clean hands before you start anything like this. If you've been out in the garden or eating, make sure you've got some space, and then a little pair of scissors. And if you start cutting here, just makes it a little bit easier, there we go, to get into the bottle, because then you might need a grown-up to help you with this bit. You can just put your scissors in the hole that you've made. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on cutting round like that. Okay. That's it. Okay, and that's left me with a bit of a trunk and then the top of the bottle there. Okay, and then what you might want to do next is a little bit like we can see here with Louie's elephant, is then just to cut some half oval shapes to try and make the body. Okay, so if I just show you me doing that. So, okay, and we do that all the way round. I'm making elephants, but I guess it wouldn't really matter if you wanted to make a different animal. It's the same sort of idea, and it's just handy that a lot of us have things like milk bottles going into our recycling each week, so they're the kind of things we have around. Okay, so we've got our basic sort of elephant shape there. Okay, it's up to you really whether you decide you want to put the top back on or not. I have got an idea for using bottle tops a little bit later on in this same session, so entirely up to you. Now, I don't know about you, but I haven't been able to get out very much recently. The shops have been closed, that kind of thing. So I don't have any paint like Louie, Corey and Izzy. So what I thought I might do instead is use some newspaper. Okay, so I've got part way through this elephant. And what you do if you wanted to go for a newspaper effect, or maybe some tissue paper, is I've got some of that runny school type glue, PVA glue, and I've mixed it with a little bit of water. There we go, got a lolly stick because it's been quite warm, just to mix it up together with. Okay, and some scraps of newspaper, and you could either glue stick these on just to start with, and then cover them with the slightly thinner PVA glue. Okay, if you decide to go for that way of decorating your elephant, this will take a little bit of time to dry, so it's worth just bearing that in mind. Okay, so this is one that I've covered in paper, and it's all finished. So what I need to think about now is I could stick on some googly eyes, or I've got some buttons here. I could use some buttons. Also, I thought this might be quite fun. It might be fun to actually wrap an elephant in tin foil if you haven't got any paint at home like I didn't have. Okay, so that's the first idea for using plastic bottles. And what we'd really love is if anybody would like to send a picture of their elephant into us as Swindon Libraries and Information Service. Just make sure that the photo you send, we only see your fingers, not faces, please. And then we can publish them on our social media. Okay, so fingers, no faces, if any photos get sent in. Okay, look forward to seeing what you make with plastic bottle elephants. Moving on, I thought we'd have a look at an idea for using up some of those bottle tops. So I'm partway through making a bottle top snake here. I just need to pop on some eyes. There we go. I'm going to use googly eyes, but of course you could use buttons or you could draw on the eyes. There we go. Let's just get his second eye in there. There we go. So what I was thinking then with the bottle tops is I've been collecting them over the last few weeks. We're going to need to make something so that we can string the bottle tops together, and depends what you've got at home. Might be a skewer, you might need a grown-up to help you with that. Might be something like a thick needle, or I found just a barbecue skewer is quite good for making the holes in the lid, because it will go through. There we go, but it's not too sharp if you do jab your finger. I know I'm quite clumsy. Okay, so what we might do then is, again, have a little look and see what you've got at home. I think I'll use a purple pipe cleaner because purple's one of my favourite colours. Maybe a pipe cleaner, maybe some string, is perhaps thread your bottle tops through. Okay. Let's pop one on there. So I'm going to put this one the other way round. Make that hole a little bit bigger. You could put a bead on the end if you had something like that. Okay, and stack up your bottle tops. Again, depends how much milk you get through. You might be able to ask some friends and neighbours to collect them for you and then give them a good wash before you use them. With the head, you can see here that I've just crumpled up some kitchen foil and then gone again through it with my barbecue skewer. That eye really doesn't want to stay on. There we go. But you could also perhaps use, this is an old clean sock, could use an old sock, maybe stuff it with some newspaper scraps or a ping pong ball, something like that, just to make your head. And again, if you wanted to make a tongue, then that might be something you want to add. So it'd be really lovely if you wanted to send us in some pictures of different ways you've done something like this snake with some of your bottle tops. Time for our final idea for today, and I thought we'd go back to using the bottle itself. So again, just a milk or juice carton. And what I thought we'd do is have a go at making some bird feeders. So I've got a few different versions here just to show you. So here, made by Izzy and made by Corey. They've gone for paint and buttons and, people after my own heart, nice bit of glitter there to attract the birds. Okay, and you can see they've cut a hole in, ready for the bird food to go in there. Okay, I'll just sprinkle the food in. And all we need to do then is to work out perhaps how we hang it from a branch in the garden, or attach it to a fence, probably with the handle and some string. And Corey here, again, lovely paint and glitter, some twigs there to attract the birds. Okay, and he's actually got 2 openings in his for the birds to come through. Okay, that's it. And then this is just another idea, using bits and bobs that you could perhaps pick up on a walk or something like that. This one, it's got 4 openings going round. And what I've done is I've popped the barbecue skewers through, just in case the birds wanted to perch on there. And I have found that they're a really useful way of getting your scissors in when you first do the first cut. So if I show you with a new bottle, if you just put your barbecue skewer in, okay, then makes it that little bit easier to get your scissors in. Okay, because we don't want anybody cutting themselves and spoiling their summer holidays. I had my arm in a plaster cast when I was about your age for a whole summer holiday, and it was not a lot of fun, so hopefully no accidents. Okay. So you can see there that by making that first hole with the barbecue skewer, wiggling the stick, it's given me a chance to then get in with the scissors. Okay, and I could cut some more holes, and if I wanted to make somewhere for the birds to grip onto, I think little ones will actually go inside the feeder, but then I can just pop the barbecue skewers through like that. Okay, so have a go with some of the ideas that we've shown you this week on Plastic Bottle Week. Remember that you might need to make a little bit of space before you get started. Just check you've got enough time to do these things, that you're not heading out for a walk or something like that. We would love to see what you've made. If you send us a photo in, if you add it to our Facebook page, do remember, just put fingers on your photos to hold it, or around your object. We don't want to see faces, because that affects whether we can show your lovely work or not. Okay, and we'll see you again soon. That's all for today.